call whenever you call Him. Allah al-Mujib, the one who gives you that whatever is best for you whenever you call Him. If this doesn't bring your heart to ease to a certain extent, then there might be a serious deficiency in understanding who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is and the whole concept of dua. Brothers and sisters, we are poor and weak. And many of us tend to complain to others about our state, hoping they may fulfill our need. And what's so amazing, in the process of expressing our feelings, our own friend who's hearing us, they end up complaining to us about their state, showing they are also poor and weak. And had we record this session of conversation between us and our friend expressing our feelings, we would be so amazed at how sincere, passionate, focused, and we're so into the conversation. And there might not be something really wrong with that as long as we don't cross the limits. But the problem comes when we are in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the state of sajda, in prostration, the closest position a human being can ever be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In front of Allah al-Ghani, the self-sufficient and the rich. In front of Allah al-Kareem, the generous. In front of Allah, the one when He says, kun fayakun, be and it is. While in that state, we're not even focused. We're not even as sincere and genuine and paying attention. Why? As if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the poor and stingy and in need of people, and our friend is a self-sufficient, rich and generous. We seek Allah's refuge from the understanding. Brothers and sisters, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not to make me and you amongst that category that is mentioned in the following ayah. Pay attention, listen with an open ear and an open heart. May Allah bless you.
وما قدر الله حق قدره والأرض جميعا قبضته يوم القيامة والسماوات مطويات بيمينه سبحانه وتعالى عما يشركون.
Brothers and sisters, we need to appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and appraise Him as much as we can, and call upon Allah during our times of hardship and during our time of ease. For wallahi, no one will benefit me or you more than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We need to also have the understanding of Umar al-Khattab radiallahu anh, and how he knew what it meant that Allah is also known as Al-Mujib, when he said, أَنَا لَا أَحْمِلُ هَمَّ الْإِجَابَةِ. I'm not concerned or worried whether Allah will respond to my call whenever I call Him. I'm not worried on His part. Then Ya Umar radiallahu anh, what are you worried about? وَلَكِنْ أَحْمِلُ هَمَّ الدُّعَاءِ. I'm worried on my part. I'm worried whether I will make dua, whether I'm certain, and whether I will take the action to make that dua come to reality. Allahu Akbar, we ask Allah to make me and you to have such beautiful understanding. When we ever make dua, we know for a fact Allah will respond to our call. Brothers and sisters, in addition to Allah being known as Al-Mujib, He is also known as As-Sami', the all-hearing, Al-Basir, the all-seeing, Al-Alim, the all-knowledgeable, Al-Qareeb, the close and near, and all other beautiful names. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and don't forget to say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, Allah says in hadith that is authentic, that is Qudusi, Ya ibadi, O my slaves. Brothers and sisters, please pay attention. Allah says, Ya ibadi, لو أن أولكم وآخركم إنسكم وجنكم. If all of you from the beginning all the way to the end, all human beings and all of the jinn, قاموا في صعيد واحد فسألوني, they stood up and they asked Allah at the same exact second. فأعطيت كل إنسان منهم مسألة, and I want to give everyone whatever they asked for. Allahu Akbar. لم ينقص ذلك من ملكي شيئا. My kingdom will not be diminished nor decreased whatsoever. إلا كما ينقص البحر أن يغمس المخيط غمسة واحدة. Except whatever is decreased from an ocean whenever you dip a needle into it. Allahu Akbar. What's amazing isn't only how massive Allah's wealth and dominion are, but what's also amazing is how Allah As-Sami', the all-hearing, was able to distinguish every caller and it was not overlapping and did not confuse him. How Allah Al-Alim, the all-knowledgeable, knew your state from the inside and from the outside. Allahu Akbar. And what's really amazing is how Allah Al-Mujib responded to every call. This is the one whom we worship. This is the one whom we're trying to increase and revive this act of worship in our hearts and our lives. Brothers and sisters, make dua because Allah told me and told you to do so. وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ أُدْعُونِي. And your Lord said, call upon me. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also said, وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى. To Allah belong the most beautiful names. Okay, so فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا. So call me using these beautiful names. Customize your dua. You want a child? Call upon Allah Al-Wahhab. You want, for example, a nice job? Call upon Allah Al-Razzaq. Are you sick? Call upon Allah Al-Shafi, the one who cures. Allahu Akbar. Customize your dua because Allah told us to do so. Number 2, make dua and you're certain that Allah will respond to your call. Why? Because Allah said, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ أُدْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Call upon me and I promise I will respond to your call. Allahu Akbar. I'm telling you, this topic is so beautiful. We ask Allah to allow us to implement the good that we learn. Ameen Rabbal Alameen. Number 3, take action. Why? Because Allah said in an ayah that is in Surah Al-Imran, فَاسْتَجَابَ لَهُمْ رَبُّهُمْ أَنِّي لَا أُضِيعُ عَمَلَ عَامٍ مِنْكُمْ. And Allah responded to their call. Why? Because they made dua in addition to taking action. Brothers and sisters, take action by sharing this video and be a part of inspiring a dua revival in those that have been away from it. Or for those making dua, allow that dua act of worship to go to the next level. And brothers and sisters, feel free to press like. Click here to subscribe to my personal YouTube channel. But once again, what's most important is for you to share this video with our brothers and sisters all around the world. Barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Donate now. Go to www.thedailyreminder.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. You are watching the Sabah show. Keep it locked right here on Horizon TV. All right, it is now time to discuss matters technology. I can see my panelists are already inside. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. You guys are well?
Yeah.
All right, now, entrepreneurship is defined as the act of setting up a business or businesses, taking on financial risk in order to make a profit or in hopes to make a profit. Technopreneurship, on the other hand, is using technology to come up with an innovation, and once the innovation is successful, you use it to make money or to earn profit. Now, on Tech Tuesday today, we focus on technopreneurship, technopreneurs, and whether or not technopreneurship is a viable option for you at home. Now, remember, you can join in the conversations through our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter handles at Horizontv Kenya, and our SMS line at 21951. Now, over to my guests in studio today. I have Eric Mbuthia, who has invented Muzutrak. Good morning. I have Abdinur Al-Mahdi, CEO of Northfront Technology. Welcome back. Thank you. It's awesome to have you on set. And I have Kipkemo Evans, from a cybersecurity researcher from Centum. You guys are well? Let us get right into it. And I will start with you, Evans. In your own terms, define technopreneurship.
Basically, technopreneurship is using technology to solve a problem and make money.
Okay.
Yes.
Abdinur?
To me, technopreneurship is combining the power of technology and the spirit of entrepreneurship. So you combine technology and entrepreneurship. So it's a new breed of entrepreneurship.
Okay. Evans?
To me, technopreneurship is use of innovations to make money.
Okay. All right. So you guys are all technopreneurs in your own field, and you've done innovations. So I'll start with Mbuthia. What have you made as far as technopreneurship is concerned?
Okay, so as you said earlier, I've done Muzotrak, which is basically an IoT device that is very helpful to people who want to do asset tracking. And I must say that the journey has not been easy. And technopreneurship, most people think that, tech, when you go to the tech world, it's easy because, people love tech. But there are a lot of handles in there. But it's a good sector.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abdinur?
For me, my technopreneurship journey has started around last year. So when I came up with an innovation that's going to help rural kids learn using their mother tongue. So I have translated the syllabus into local dialects. So that's where I saw an opportunity to do my technopreneurship.
Okay, and the app is called Mluga.
The app is called
that you
Mluga.
demonstrated on the show before.
Yeah.
Now, I'll coming to you, Evans. I would wish you to answer this question. How different is entrepreneurship from technopreneurship?
Entrepreneurship is basically based on a static market.
Okay.
But technopreneurship It's a dynamic market.
Okay.
That's the major difference.
Like it's
between-
vast.
Yes.
It's vast.
Yes, it's vast, dynamic, and you have to be adaptive.
Okay. Now, Abdulaziz, what characters should a good technopreneur have?
You should have a lot of good characters, same as a normal entrepreneurs. First of all, it starts from leadership
Okay.
to discipline, to also being focused, also knowing your market very well, understanding your market and building your customers, and then building around that.
Okay.
And basically to have a good teamwork, just like another entrepreneurship, characteristics.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Evans.
Okay, for the characters, first of all, if you are doing it alone, you have to have that, you have to be passionate, of course, of what you have to believe in your idea first, because you can't do something that you're not, you don't believe in. You know, most people come into entrepreneurship looking at the money, and sometimes if you look at the cash, you miss the point. So you have to first look at what problem are you solving. So you have to be a problem solver first. And also, first of all, you have to focus. You have to focus on what you're doing and try to give quality, you know, not, as I say, not focusing on what you'll make at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of money, is there a lot of money involved in the process of turning an idea into something tangible?
Yes, a lot. Okay, it will depend with how big the idea is, first of all, because if, let's say, an idea like Facebook, you know, setting up all those servers requires a lot of cash and all that. But as you always say, you can still start from scratch, that is for the prototype, and still be able to go up to those levels. But if your target market is wide, yet it means you'll have to look for investors and you need a lot of cash.
Okay. Evan, still on the characters that a good technopreneur should possess.
Yeah, there are several characters that a technopreneur should possess, like persistent. You have to be persistent. Because it's your idea, you have to be able to communicate it clearly. You must have a communication skill.
Okay.
So, for example, if you have an idea that requires resources, you might need an investor. So, in order for an investor to trust in you, you must explain your idea very well so that he can be able to see the business value and be able to invest in that idea. Another character, you have to be strong. Yeah, because entrepreneurship comes with a lot of challenges. You have to, the dynamicity of the market has a lot of challenges, so you have to stick to your idea, accept inputs from other people. That's good criticism.
Okay.
That's basically it.
Abdinur, you wanted to add something on whatever Mbudhe was saying as far as the technopreneurship qualities one should possess.
Yeah. For qualities, you also need to have a pitching, you perfect the art of pitching.
Okay.
Like, you have to be confident what you're saying. Like, you have to, make noise around what you have done. Like, you pitch everywhere and you pitch to investors, and so you need to be someone aggressive.
Okay.
If you're someone quiet and you don't talk about it, you don't blog about it, you don't talk about it, your idea is going to die. So you need to be someone aggressive, someone who knows what he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens when you've started an idea and you're going through it and then you get loopholes on the way? Do you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing? Or do you get somewhere and you're like, I can't do this anymore? How do you ensure that you move from a product to an idea without letting loopholes kill your morale?
First of all, the whole idea of being a successful technologist starts with, what are you solving? Like my colleagues have said here. Like basically, there are other products out there similar. So what value are you adding?
Okay.
How are you outsmarting the other competitors? That's when you have done a thorough market study and customer study. Like, do my customers need this thing? Do they need it? And why do they need it? And how bad do they need it?
So you have to do your research well.
Before that, it starts with having a good market study. Like now I want to maybe start a taxi hailing app. Although we have others. So what's one different thing I'm going to bring on board, like TaxiNet and the other ones are not doing it.
Okay.
So you need to bring fresh ideas. So that's when you can do a lot of things about your innovation. But when you do similar things, people like, yeah, I have an app.
Okay.
So why should I download yours?
All right. Evans, what factors can lead to a successful or the opposite, failure of a technopreneur?
A techpreneur sees an opportunity. So maybe from customer frustrations, a techpreneur is very keen. A techpreneur identifies a problem in maybe customer experience. An idea, a techpreneur utilizes the problems faced by a customer. Like for example, let's say the Glovo, Uber, they saw an opportunity whereby people wanted to get items delivered to their houses without actually moving. So for your idea, for a techpreneur to succeed, you must have seen the problem, and you must be solving that problem.
Okay.
You cannot just come with any idea which does not have any.
So you need that eye of and attention to detail.
Yeah, attention to details. Like I can see you, I can identify the problem that you need to get it to be solved, and then I come up with a solution.
All right.
That is the ultimate measure to how your idea will succeed.
Okay.
Yes.
Mbudhia, Evan said something about solving a problem. You identify a problem and then you want to solve it. The Muzo track, that the gadget that you made, what problem is it solving?
Okay, Muzo track, most of the time we are afraid of losing something. Let's say it's your car. It could be your child, maybe. So what Muzo track does is it helps you track real time. It's not the one you have to go to the police station and ask, pay them money for them to they will tell you come next month, and then they'll track whatever you have lost for, let's say, for maybe 2 months. So this is a real tracking system, and mostly my focus is on those guys with fleet cars. Maybe someone owns, let's say, a fleet of 15 cars. How do you manage all those cars?
Okay.
Some of them are moving all around East Africa. Sometimes one is in Tanzania, the other one in Uganda. So we are helping them being able to manage their assets.
All right. Abdinur, now I've come to your station, your workstation. I'm a layman, say for example, and I have an idea that I want to be turned either into an app or something that will make money for me. So walk me through the process that turns an idea into something tangible, say an app or something that I can use to make money, and the costing around it.
Okay, the idea also depends on the size and also what type of idea. Is it a hardware? Is it a software? And is it a service? What is it?
Okay.
If it's hardware, obviously it needs more, input, capital or something like that. So it also tell you what's your idea. Like, do you want to do an e-commerce? Do you want to do a service? Do you want to a mobile app? So basically, first of all, we sit down, we go through the idea. Is it viable? The viability. Is the market ready for this idea? And then technology is dynamic. You can bring a good idea right now, and the next 1 year is no more. So you need to look like 5 years down the line. Is this idea is going to survive? Because every day a new technology is coming up, emerging technologies everywhere. So we have to check that kind of checks and balances in place. Like, is this idea going to last long? And then, is the market ready for it? Who are your potential customers? Your market? That kind of questions. And then we see what is involved, like in terms of financial, in terms of expertise, in terms of outsourcing stuff, hardware, software. And then after that, that's where you go to prototype. You have to prototype your idea, at least test with the devices or with customers, at least to test the market. It's called testing waters. And then from there, it goes to the next level where you develop and then the implementation stage.
Okay.
But
This is where now you have the product now. It is ready to get into the market.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for that. Now, a lengthy process there that explains how you move from an idea to a prototype until you have the final stage where the product is out there. Very educative. Now, on that note, we're going to take a quick short break, but when we come back, we want to find out how viable is the technopreneurship market rather. Don't go too far. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. You are watching the Sabah show. Keep it locked right here on Horizon TV.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation. On the next episode,
How many a times we have leaders have the power we have. Maybe because they think the power we have, we are owning almost the whole kingdom or whatever that may be. But now, if we want to practice really Islam and justice and democracy and everything, then we will lose these things. It's the same.
كتاب الله دستوري
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. You are watching the Sabah show. Keep it locked right here on Horizon TV. Welcome back to Tech Tuesday with me, your host Yusuf Farah. We are discussing technopreneurship now. Before the break, we were asking whether or not that this field is a viable one. And if you at home have questions that you'd wish to ask, you can reach us through our social media handles, that is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Horizontv Kenya. Now, Evans, why would you say someone would opt to take technopreneurship and not any other field?
Because the world is changing. We are moving to technology really fast, if you can be able to notice. And I encourage people, mostly Kenyan youths, to adopt technology in solving problems, because that is the future. You see Uber, these other tech companies, I don't want to mention them. There are so many of them. So we don't want to wait for them to come bring solutions to our country. We can be the ones to solve our own problem.
Okay. Abdinur?
As my colleague has said, the world is changing. Everything has been automated. And every social economic problem we have has a technological solutions. So if you are stuck with the traditional way of doing things, very soon, artificial intelligence will take over your jobs, regardless of who you are, whether you are a teacher, whether you are a waiter, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are a watchman. Artificial intelligence is going to take, because everything has been automated. Like for instance, I want to show you like how technology is solving problems, like everyday problems. One time I was approached by a guy from the disabled community. So he said, can you do something about an app or something that can help the blind people? So I said, okay. So I did some research. So I wanted to do an app. So I did a research on the apps that are available for the blind people. So I was surprised to find there's an app called Be My Eye. Okay. Basically, it's a way, it's a video calling kind of app where a volunteer will call the blind person and guide him remotely wherever they are around the world. So they talk, they communicate, like, hey, on your left there's a car, on your left there's a coffee, and he gets him or her through the, what do you call it, if he's walking or he's eating. So I just realized that there are even amazing innovations that's helping people. Technology is helping people. Similar thing like for the blind people, there's a stick it's called Smart Cane. It detects objects. Using it detects obstructions and that kind of stuff. It has an emergency number, so you can walk around. It gives you directions. So technology is solving problems, and in the future, everything will be solved using technology. So whoever you are, whatever you're doing, technology is going to take over the world.
Okay, yeah. And you mentioned something very interesting about jobs and job security. We're seeing many people losing their jobs to technology and artificial intelligence, to be precise. What does it mean for the people who are losing their jobs to artificial intelligence? Where do they go to?
That's why you need to adopt the technology for you to not be left out. Like, for example, Zamani, there was no distance learning. Now people are learning at their homes. So they
isn't it doing more than harm than good? I mean, because we can see, like in warehouses, we're seeing robots that are replacing the human labor, and robots are doing the work of, like, say, 100 or 50 men. So 50 men lose jobs in the place of one robot.
Of course. Even you go to Kericho, I'm told the tea picking has been replaced. Now a machine picks the tea. So how many people lost their job?
So what do they do?
So what they do is embrace technology. You also come with another technology. Be part of the technology.
Okay.
Innovate things. Because if you sit there, the artificial intelligence and the robots will take over your job, and then you become jobless. But so you need to challenge even those robots.
Okay.
Bring other ideas, fresh ideas.
Mbuvia, are you of the same thought?
Okay, on the issue of losing jobs, I think because technology is coming to help. It's not the intention of technology for people to lose jobs, because, as you say, robots are replacing people in, let's say,
warehouses,
car manufacturing factory. And before, if it were men, the production was, let's say, an example, 10 cars a day. Okay. But now with robots, you can produce 100 cars a day. So you see, it's helping. So I think those people who are losing jobs should be more open-minded to think in other sectors. And as he said, there are a lot of opportunities in technology. Even in your field, you can still do something, or you can still involve technology in what you do. And I want to comment on your earlier question. You asked why technopreneurship. Okay, if you look in the world, the topmost billionaires are people who have invested in technology. Bill Gates, the likes of Mark Zuckerberg, we all know them. Actually, the top three, I think they have invested in technology. Somebody like Bezos, the Amazon guy. So I think, especially in Kenya, where employment is not there, I think self-employment is the way to go. And this thing, the technopreneurship doesn't need, let's say, millions to start. For example, in the software industry, you need to have an idea and then learn how to use certain softwares. Let's say if it's an app, learn how to use Android Studio and try to what I'm trying to say, you don't need a lot of capital to start. You don't need a lot of resources as people may perceive. Yeah.
Okay. And don't you think employers, Evans, don't you think employers should take into consideration technology when they're employing their people, so that as much as, yes, you want to embrace technology, have like a place that you can incorporate your employees instead of losing them, to embrace technology and then move forward together as a team?
Yeah, I like to use the example of Amazon to answer that question. Amazon started off as a small company, but now they are heading to they have the largest warehouse actually, and they have employed a lot of people to package those items. So what Amazon does is they maximize on space using people, you see, as well as technology. So basically what I'm saying is technology versus human brings efficiency and good throughput. Yeah.
Okay. Abdinur, now let's talk money. What is the cost of a startup technopreneurship idea?
As I explained earlier, it depends with your startup.
Okay.
Is it hardware? Is it software? Service? The easiest being, as my colleague said, is a software. Software, you only need the idea first, and then you look for the programming language or the platform you want to develop your app. If it's Android, it's free. iOS, I think, is also free. So you just need a laptop and the idea, and then the skills now. You need to know how to code. So if it's software, nothing. But if it involves hardware, I think you need some capital.
Okay. Say if I came to you today, like I asked earlier, with an idea. I'm someone who doesn't know about coding, programming, and everything. So if I came to you with an idea and I wanted you to turn it into something I can use to make money, how much would you charge me?
It also depends with the idea. Like right now, I'm doing an e-commerce platform, an online shop for someone.
Yeah.
And the guy is not a techie. So he came with an idea, like, hey, I want an online shop, a multi-vendor shop where everyone can just post items, and then when someone buys it, I get my commission. I also sell my stuff. The guy he doesn't know how to code, but he has the concept. You know, the issue about the problem with us is, he said we become uneducated after college or university, because the moment you hold your degree like this with your business or whatever, you become uneducated. You don't want to do research. So for the benefit for that guy, he did a little bit of research. He's not a techie person, but he at least researched about e-commerce, what it does and how it performs. Actually, sometimes he even giving me ideas. Like, I'm like, you're not a techie person. How did you know that? So the guy is good with his research, and he's not a techie person. He doesn't have a technology background. So all I'm saying is, when you come, you don't need to be a techie, but at least know what you are talking about. Like, if you are coming with an idea, make sure you have a good knowledge about your idea. So if it's a hardware, that one, it will go to another department. But for me, as a software specialist, I will just charge you around. Okay, you cannot quantify technology. That's the bit of technology. Someone can develop a very simple system, and he can tell you it's 5 million shillings. You cannot argue with him, because there's no raw materials involved. It's just the idea and the coding expertise. So you cannot quantify a technology services. So a website, like in the market right now, someone can do you develop for you a website for 10,000 shillings. Another person will develop the same website for 50,000. Another one, with 100,000, depending with the dynamic of your website, like how dynamic do you want it to be. So that's the beauty of technology. It depends with your negotiation power. Someone can say, hey, tengenezea website, 50,000, I can't go beyond that.
So your negotiation power also plays a part in...
Yes, but there's no fixed price. Like, say, like I want to a mobile app, maybe for example, and I'll pay you 300,000. Others are 1.5, others are 3.5. So it depends with the person's negotiation power and also yours, and also how well your client knows the market. Because anaweza kuambia kuna ya 10,000, so why should I pay?
Or I'll ask my director to come and talk to you about starting an app. I'm sure he has a very beautiful bargaining power. That is Muhammad Shakombo. Now, Evans, what are the opportunities that are available in this field as far as technopreneurship is concerned?
Opportunities are, as I said, we have a lot of opportunities, especially in our own country first. Because, as you know, we have not reached that level. There are a lot of problems that are there in our own country, and especially like I was talking to one of my mentors who happens to be a Japanese guy, who was telling me that in Kenya there are a lot of opportunities, because if you go to industry right now, as you're speaking, in countries like Japan and China, they are using the fourth industrial revolution technology in their manufacturing. That's why they are able to manufacture and target the whole world market. In Kenya, most companies, manufacturing companies, they will focus more on East African market or just the Kenyan market because of the technology they're using. So it was challenging me like to look around into the industries. There are opportunities. There are a lot of, especially in hardware part, there is need for more automation for efficiency. That is in the manufacturing industry. Also in agriculture, like people are now appreciating agribusiness. They are inputting technology into agriculture and thus increasing their products. Like let's say nowadays there is a colleague of mine who was coming up with a drone to irrigate a farm. So that is very viable. That is, if you're farming a large scale, you have a large scale farm. So I think there are a lot of opportunities for anyone who wants to invest in that.
All right, Mbuthia right there saying there are many opportunities. It depends with your creativity and how bad you want it. Now, on that note, we're going to take a quick short break. But when we come back, you've heard Mbuthia speaking about the Muzo track. But when we come back, you will get to see it with your own eyes. Stay tuned. This is Tech Tuesday. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. You are watching the Sabah show. Keep it locked right here on Horizon TV.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation. On the next episode,
How many a times we have leaders who are Muslim leaders and they don't want to stick to Islam and make the people follow Islam and build the people as good Muslim because of the fear of their throne, for one reason or the other. Maybe because some superpowers will never allow them. Maybe because they think they are protected by them. If they try to follow the straight path, they actually will be overthrown. Maybe because they think that if we have democracy, we will not have the power we have. Maybe because they think the power we have, we are owning almost the whole kingdom or whatever that may be. But now, if we want to practice really Islam and justice and democracy and everything, then we will lose these things. It's the same.
كتاب الله دستوري
Walk with us as we tell you the stories of our society.
Wengine atavaa mtandio kichwani, utafikiri ni kijihandkerchief.
Enzi za wakati wa kusema ati alisema, akasisitiza, akihutubia wanahabari, enzi hizo hazipo tena.
Kuchimbua na kunakili matukio kwa undani.
We want to create current awareness,
ranging from adventure, human interest and inspirational stories,
ili kuweza kukuelimisha, kukuburudisha na kukubumbuisha.
Words have been said, but now it is time to lay the foundation that will impact the world.
Terrorism is terrorism, no matter who is behind the trigger.
Jambo very simple la mwezi, kila mtu ana lake. Hawa wasema tuelekee huku, wale wasema tuelekee kule. Ammati nas, watu wa katikati hawajui, watu wa kawaida hawajui wafuate lipi. Confusion. Leo Ramadhani si Ramadhani, leo ni Idi si Idi na kadhalika. La, sivyo. Lazima tuwe na mwelekeo mmoja. Mwenyezi Mungu Subhanahu wa Ta'ala kila siku ametuamrisha katika sala tusome surat al-Fatiha, ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, tuongoze njia iliyonyoka. Sasa sisi tunatakana tuelekee njia iliyonyoka. Mbona twenda huku na kule, na kila mmoja ni kiongozi, kila mmoja sema lake, kila mmoja ataka kufuatwa yeye.
wanashitati nashta, watakaowafisha nyinyi ni malaika wa mauti.
Ishara zetu zinazotuongoza.
Ndipo hata Mwenyezi Mungu Subhanahu wa Ta'ala katika Qur'ani,
pokea ufahamu,
asema
na tahadhari,
la yanju min dhaqtati alqabri salihun wala talihun,
yazingatie,
haokoki na kufinywa na kaburi yoyote.
Jiunge na Sheikh Ali Bahero katika bishara zetu kila Jumanne saa 2 usiku kwenye Horizon TV.
Wake up to exciting mornings every day. Active Jumatatu with Muhammad Obura. Tech Tuesday with Yusuf Farah. Wednesday, the special edition Business Chat with Ibtisam Jamal. All about your health on Healthy Thursdays with Mariam Mwacharo. Aisha Khan with thorny pertinent issues every Friday on the Round Table. Fresh discussions, direct probe in Sabah Show only on Horizon TV.
Repel the thought, for if you don't, it becomes an idea. So repel the idea, for if you don't, it will become a desire. So fight against that desire, for if you don't, it will become a determination and a passion. And if you don't repel that, it will become an action. And if you don't replace it with its opposite, it will become a constant habit. So at that point, it will be difficult for you to change it.
Assalamu alaikum. Who annoys you most? How do we be around annoying people that we have to be? This is a really important question for me. And I remember being at a development course where I saw this guy who was so laid back and he was so chilled out. I mean, the way he spoke, the way he walked, the way he did everything. So I thought, you know what? This guy knows. So I went to him and I said, you seem like a great, calm, chilled out person. Can you tell me, how do you stay like that when you're around annoying people? So he said something which was very profound for me. He said, I just remember that however they're behaving is about them and not me. Now I had to think about this for a second, but I realized he was absolutely right. Most of the time, when people are annoying us, it's because they're behaving in a way we believe they shouldn't. And subconsciously, we believe that it's related to us or it's our fault in some way. This, of course, isn't true, because however someone chooses to react is down to them and the choices they make. So let's take an example. Imagine that I came to you and I verbally attacked you and I abused you. How are you going to feel? You're going to feel bad, right? What if a few minutes later I come back to you and I say, listen, everything I just said to you, it's all about me. It's got nothing to do with you. It's because of the stuff that's going on in my life right now. How do you feel? Better, right? You feel better even though I didn't apologize. Why? Because I've told you that it's not your fault. So the way to be around annoying people is to remember that their behavior has nothing to do with you. Now, one last question before I go. If you think I'm annoying, who is that about? You, right? So the real question is, who is the annoying person? Jazakallah khair for watching. Assalamu alaikum.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. You are watching the Sabah Show. Keep it locked right here on Horizon TV. Welcome back to the third and final segment of the Tech Tuesday. And before we went on the break, we were discussing the Muzo track, and now we get to see it in action. Mbudhia and Stephen, take it away.
Thank you. So what we have here is Muzo track.
Yep.
So this is okay. Muzo track has a lot of options. This is for the car. This is basically focused on the car, and as you can see, it's there is some lights here for people who are installing the devices in the car to direct you on how you're going to because every light here has its own meaning. And also, to add on this device, it has the ability for fuel management. It can be able to access data from the car dashboard, that is even the speed that the car is moving in. So maybe the owner of the car might want to know what is happening with the car, and in case of any diagnostic problem with the car, the user will be notified.
Okay.
So this is the device, that's basically it. And on this side we have the application that will help you in tracking. So on your screen you can see what we have is basically the car screen. That is the screen, okay, where your cars, the list of, for now, we have added this device to our servers, so you can see it's there. It's a random name. It's a random name for now. And actually, okay, so if you open the app, there is a button here which you can use to be able to add. Maybe you can zoom the screen. There is a button there. So if you click,
place the mic close to you.
So if you click on this button there, you can be able to see this app is a simple app. You don't need a lot of information. You just need to give us the car registration number, the tracker ID, and the tracking will be able to start. So if I go back to the main screen of the app, if I click on the car that is on the display, you'll be able to see now, because it's tracking this device, the location that is. If you look at the Google Maps there, you can see that it's showing us Jamia Mosque, which is the resident of Horizontv. And yeah, maybe Mboya can add more.
Yes, you can pass in the mic.
So just to add on whatever you're saying, just a minute. Well, the app itself, it's not precisely for tracking camera. It's actually an asset tracking.
Hold the mic like
It's
this.
an asset tracking device. Now, well, as you can see from the app itself, you go there, you can see the car. Now, here the car registration number is not precisely for the cars alone. You can add any other asset that you have. Now we've created this, it's this big because this is made precisely for the car. Now you can also create, we also have some that you can use to create, to track your laptops, track your, let me say for example, we've had cases of missing children. Now we are intending to incorporate inside a small chip, inside let me say a bracelet, a watch, and so that you can use this particular bracelet or watch to track your child, the movement of your child. Let me say also for the motorcycle industry also. We've had cases of missing motorcycles. We know that motorcycle industry is an upcoming industry, and we've had cases of missing motorcycles. Now the same thing, because motorcycle itself is already powered itself. It's something that is running. Now the chip itself will be almost invisible. It will be small to an extent that no one will even notice it exists inside there. Now you can use it to track also your motorcycle. You can also use the same thing to also track your laptops. You will also add cases of missing laptops, right? Now, the same thing can also be incorporated inside laptops. Now, as I was saying, maybe let's say you've got a motorcycle, you've got a car, you've got your child here, you need to track all these things. Now what you just come, add the ID of that particular, because each tracker has got its own precise ID. Now you come, add your ID there, the type here, it's not precisely, this one we meant for the show because here we were coming to demonstrate about the car, but the type here can be the type, let me say maybe it's a laptop, or let me say it's a motorcycle or so. So precisely that is how the whole thing goes. Now another thing for the car people, again, we've got something very nice. We've had this time I was at Industrial Rail, and then that is what I was telling you even Bode. There was this time I was at Industrial Rail, I saw someone siphoning fuel from a car. Now, the goodness with this thing now, right, is that as you can see, there are these two protruding wires.
Let me hold them for the camera to see. Yes, you can explain as I hold them.
Yeah, no, there are these two two wires. Now, one of these wire, this one, now you can use this particular wire to track the amount of fuel. Now, whenever the fuel is siphoned, a notification will immediately be sent to you, and you will see it from the app itself.
Okay.
Now, this other thing also for the matatu industry. You see, maybe you've set your cars should run at a particular speed limit, and maybe your driver who drives that particular car wants to exceed the speed limit of that particular car. And you're at a far distance. Noticing that would be hard for you, but with the help of our app and this particular device, you can monitor the speed at which this particular car is moving.
Okay.
So precisely that is the whole thing around this particular gadget.
All right, so it's all about protecting your assets.
Exactly, protecting your assets.
All right, thank you very much. Now, let's get quick parting shots from each one of you before we finish the show. I'll start with you, Evans.
Evans here from Center. We created a platform called Ajiri. So in Ajiri, you can be able to post your hustle. If you have this techpreneur idea, you can post in the My Hustle section, and then you never know who is looking at it.
Okay. Yeah. Abdinur?
My parting shot is just to encourage people, especially the youth, like regardless of your profession. You know, technology is changing everything. It's changing in agriculture, it's changing in health, in teaching, in any profession. So all I'm saying is, wherever you are, make sure you incorporate technology whatever you're doing. So and also see the opportunities that come with the technology. Like for example, Yusuf, right now you are a journalist, right? What technological opportunities do you have? Technopreneurship opportunities do you have?
I can come for classes.
Yes. So you can start your own YouTube channel. You can do the vlogging stuff. You can blog. You can do online tutorials about the digital media and stuff. So for teachers, for doctors, you can also have online health services at your home. People just give you expertise. So whichever your profession is, there's an opportunity for you. Don't say that technology is for techies. Technology is for everyone. Everyone.
Okay. Budhia.
Okay, yeah, my parting shot is to encourage young people there at home. Don't be afraid. Entrepreneurship is not hard, and you can start at any age. You don't have to know everything in technology. You can do your research, gain skills, and be able to come up or solve a problem in the future. And I want also to thank you, Yusuf, for the opportunity given us. Yeah.
Okay. Well, last but not least, Stephen.
It's Mboya.
Mboya.
It's okay anyway. Well, because I was not here for the first and second segment, I was about the entrepreneurship and all that. But I'll just say, like, anyone who has got an idea outside there, just express yourself. You should not limit yourself. Express yourself. Don't be afraid to put it outside there. You never know if it's the next big thing. Just put it outside there. And if you don't mind, for anyone who needs these gadgets, we are producing them in mass. Anyone who needs it for the car, for the laptops and all that, you can just reach me on my social media handle at Mboyadan, that is on Twitter, Mboyadan Rolex on Facebook, on Instagram also, Mboyadan Rolex.
All right, there you have it from the tech gurus themselves, Mboya, Abdinur and Evans from Centum. Now, on that note, we have come to the end of today's show. So as usual, I'll start with my team here in studio, Faizan and Nasir. Thank you very much. On behalf of my producer of the day, Muhammad Shakombo, and the director, Muhammad Dobura, and me, your host, Yusuf Farah, it is not goodbye. It is till we meet again. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. You are watching the Sabah show. Keep it locked right here on Horizon TV.
baraka.